Good morning, 4th grade. We are ready for language lesson 143. We're going to start off with going over our prepositions again. We're going to go over our song once again. So get out your paper, get ready to sing, and we're going to start. Sorry, that was not a good start. Here we go. Okay, very good. And to start off today, what is a preposition? We just sang them. We maybe know what words are prepositions, but what is the definition of a preposition? Now, the definition of a preposition is that a preposition shows the relationship between a noun or pronoun that comes after the preposition and another word in the sentence, okay? So it could be that the dog is under the table, or on the table, beside the table, underneath the table, or he is within the doghouse, outside of the doghouse, okay? So it shows the relationship of one thing to another. Now, what is the definition of an adverb? Okay, so kind of taking another trail here. What is an adverb? Now, an adverb is a describing word, and what kind of words do adverbs describe? Adverbs describe adjectives, adverbs, and verbs. Okay, so they can describe other adverbs or verbs and adjectives. Adverbs answer the questions where, when, how often, and to what extent. Now, I have some sentences on the board. Sometimes we find a word in a sentence that looks like a preposition. It's in our preposition list, but it's not always a preposition. Now, one thing about a preposition, remember, prepositions have a best friend. Prepositions have what we call an OP, or an object of preposition. So a word comes after a preposition, a noun or a pronoun comes after it, and that is the object of the preposition. Now, if you find a word that is in your preposition list, but it has no object after it, there is no noun or pronoun, no OP after the preposition, that means that in that sentence, it's probably being an adverb telling where or when. So I have some examples of that on the board, and we're going to figure out if the words that are underlined, they are in our preposition list, but are they being prepositions, or are they adverbs telling where or when? So let's look at them. First of all, climb a board called the conductor. Now, a board is in your preposition list, but does it have an OP? Is there an object or a noun or a pronoun after it? A board called the conductor, there's not a noun or pronoun right after it. So that means it's probably an adverb telling where or when. Now, is a board telling where, or is a board telling when? And it's saying where. It's saying where they should climb. Okay, so here, a board is an adverb. Now let's look at the next sentence. The dogs ran down the street. Down is a word that is on your preposition list. Does it have an object after it? Yes, it does. Street is the object. Now remember, we call this a prepositional phrase. Usually it consists of a preposition, of one or two adjectives, and then the object. So down is a preposition in this sentence. The next sentence, the old barn fell down completely. Now, does down have an object after it here? It does not. Completely is not an object. It's not a noun or a pronoun. So, down is an adverb telling where the barn fell. Okay? Adverb describing fell. Next, Sarah may come over tomorrow. Now, does over have an OP? Does it have an object after it? Now, tomorrow is a word saying when she can come over. Tomorrow is not a noun or a pronoun in this sentence. So, over is saying where she can come. Over is describing may come. Alright? So here, over is an adverb, not a preposition. Dad tossed the ball up into the air. Up. Does it have an object here? No, it does not. It's saying where he tossed the ball. So here, up is an adverb, okay? Last sentence. The rain flowed off the roof and into the gutter. Does off have an object here? Does it have an object or preposition? Yes, off the roof. So here, off is a preposition because it has an object. So here's our prepositional phrase, off the roof. Preposition, an adjective, and our OP, our object of preposition. Okay, so what is an interjection? We talked about this yesterday, I believe, or the day before. What is an interjection? Now, an interjection is a word that expresses sudden or strong feeling. Okay? So, now sometimes we have mild interjections and sometimes we have strong interjections. Remember, when it's a strong interjection, it has an exclamation mark after it and then it's followed by a word with a capital letter. When it's a mild interjection, it has a comma after it and it's followed by a word with just a lowercase letter. So I'm going to give some examples and you respond with whether it's a mild interjection or a strong interjection. Interjection, yeah. Okay, ouch, the stove is still hot. Strong or mild? That one is strong, has an exclamation mark, and the next word starts with a capital letter. Whew, that was a close one. Some of these could kind of be either, but usually there's one that hopefully is a little more obvious that would work better. Whew, that was a close one. That one is a mild interjection. I can't hardly say that word anymore. Interjection. Wow, did you see that long home run? That one is a strong interjection. I can't say that word anymore. Interjection. Whew, okay. Last of all here, hey, I think I see a deer. Strong or mild? That one is strong. Very good. Okay, turn to page 218. Let's go over the information a dictionary gives us. Remember, the dictionary has the words, all of the words in our language, so if we don't know the meaning of a word, we can look it up in the dictionary. Also, on page 218, on the bottom here, let's just go over what else a dictionary tells us. A dictionary gives you correct spelling. It gives you correct pronunciation, tells you how to say a word. A dictionary shows you the accenting of the proper syllable. It shows you syllabication, divides up a word into syllables, whether it's spaced apart or there's a dot between them, however it's written. It tells you the part of speech of the word that you look up. It tells you the meaning of the word. It tells you the plural form of the word, if it's irregular, okay? If it's not just following a common rule of making it plural, it shows you how to, the plural form of the word, if you would want to make it plural. And some of the words have charts and pictures. Those are called illustrations. Whether they have drawings or charts or a picture, illustrations help you to understand the word a little bit better. So in our lesson today, page 219, lesson 143, we're talking about alphabetical order. So if you get the dictionary and you want to look up a word, you need to think in alphabetical order. That's how you will find the word, because how else will you find a word when there's 600,000 words in your language? So, if you look up a word in the dictionary, and it starts with the letter A, all the A words are in the beginning. All the Z words are at the end. And B comes after A, of course, C, D. So you just look them up in the order of whatever letter they start with. Now, if you have a few words that all start with A, how are you going to find where they are? Then you look at their second letter, and you look it up according to their second letter. If the first two letters are the same, then you look at the third letter. Now, the dictionary can be divided into three parts. So, if you're looking, if you think about the dictionary, it's fairly large, and If you would divide it up into 3 sections evenly, it would be about divided like this. Words that start with A through E would be the first section. Words F through P would be the second section. And words Q through Z would be the third section. Okay? So you can think about that as you're looking up a word that starts with F. You're going to look in the middle section of the dictionary. If you're looking up a word that starts with Q, or a letter between Q and Z, you're going to look up the word in the last section of the dictionary. Let's just go over your homework for today. Page 219, you need to write down the letters of the section of the dictionary that you would find that word in. Page 220, you need to number the words in the order you would find them, in alphabetical order. There's a number of things here that you're dealing with alphabetical order. That's pretty much your whole lesson today. So read the directions carefully and do whatever it tells you. Let me know if you have any questions. Put on your thinking cap, think through these carefully as you organize many different sets of words into alphabetical order. It might take a little bit of time, but take your time and do it carefully. Make sure you get all the pages done for today. Page 220, page 221, and part of page 219 is your lesson for today as well. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in class on Monday. I won't see you, I'll talk to you, and hopefully I'll talk to you this afternoon. So, talk to you later.